guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do this fun springtime design, and here is what I will be using. My stamping plate is Uber Chic's Yay Spring, and we will be using this design right here. We will be reverse stamping this. The reverse stampers I am using today are all from Queen. My colors for reverse stamping are Essie's On the Roadie and Queen's Bright Yellow, as well as Tropical Dusk from Queen as well. My base is China Glaze's White on White. I will also be using Oont Peel Off Base Coat as well as foil glue. A top coat, this one is matte. I'll be using a cuticle pusher. This one is silicone and is from Twinkle Tea. Liquid latex, mine is from Queen. I will also be using this clear iridescent foil. I just bought this off of AliExpress. Alright, so we are just going to jump right into this mani. Before you jump into your reverse stamping, you're going to want to lay down your base, and this is 2 coats of China Glaze's White on White. Alright, so to get started with this reverse stamp, you're clearly going to pick up the stamp first, and I didn't record this for some odd reason. It just didn't record, or I lost the footage, one or the other. And then you're just going to fill it in with the colors that you desire. Now, I don't go this fast when I reverse stamp. This is just a sped up video, so you guys didn't have to sit here forever. But I did the green with green and then the flowers with yellow. Pretty basic here, pretty nothing too crazy. But that is just how I did it, and I'm using a brush from, this is either from Twinkle Tea or it's just one that I bought off of AliExpress. Oh, it's black. It's the one I bought off of AliExpress. So that is how I'm doing it, and I did have to reapply some yellow polish onto my Uber mat to continue doing the flowers. Where I'm using stamping polish, it dries just a little bit faster. While your reverse stamp is drying, now is the perfect time to work on your accent nail. This is the finger that I am doing my dotacure on. It's not a dotacure, just dots. I'm taking a dotting tool and putting dots on my nail. I like to use stamping polish when I do accent nails like this because it dries a little bit faster. So even though the polish is just a little bit thicker, it dries faster, which stamping polish just tends to dry faster. But all I'm doing here is I did 4 dots down the center, which if your nail is longer, you're going to have to do more. And then on each side, I went and did dots in between each of those dots. I hope that makes sense. I hope you guys can see what I mean. And then here you could go around your finger with latex, but I didn't. Where it's yellow, I wasn't too worried about staining my nails, and I can just take a cleanup brush afterwards, and you can just clean up around the edges, and it looks totally fine. And there's not a whole lot of polish on there to be worried about a huge mess where you're going to need latex. But there is my ring finger for my accent finger, and for those of you who don't know, I do all of my nail art on an Uber mat, so it makes things like cleaning up super easy. So I realize that you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I'm so sorry. But I'm just putting foil glue on my fingers, and I will put it on my ring finger as well, which is what I did my dot design on, but I'm just going to let that yellow polish dry a little bit more, and you're going to let this dry down. Now it's hard when you put it on white to see it dry down completely to clear, but it'll just be a little bit less streaky. And then we're going to use these foils, which they're just transparent, almost like shattered glass foils. And here I am putting the foil glue on my ring finger as well. So while that was drying and I cut out some foils, that was dry enough that I could put some foil glue on it. And then I will move on and put the foils onto my nails. Now I did this on all of my fingernails, and with the transparent ones, they're really tricky to make sure that you have the right side down. I just made sure that when I cut them, I left them laying the right way so I knew which way was top and which one was bottom. And here I'm just taking my Twinkled Tea double-ended cuticle pusher. It's silicone. It's really soft, as like a softer tip. I like to use this to flatten out my foils. I find that if I use it on a finger that doesn't have bumps on it, essentially already, that it just leaves my foils nice and smooth, and it gives them like a mirror finish. I have some silver foils and gold foils that I can show those to you on how smooth the application is afterwards. But so I'm just putting the shattered glass foil on all of my nails, and I just feel like it gives it a subtle pizzazz, but it's nothing too flashy, so that the reverse stamp and the busyness of that isn't going to overthrow everything else I have going on. And then here is a trick that I've mentioned a few times, but I'm going to use the Oont Peel Off Base Coat, which I don't like using as a peel off base coat because it just flakes my nails off. I use it as a top coat for my foils, and it makes it so they don't get crinkled and wrinkled, so that they don't like shrink. Foils will shrink with regular top coat. I don't know what the components are in it, but it makes it shrink. So here I am putting the foil on one of my other fingers again, and I'm just finding empty space again to put it on. And this one, it will be a little bit easier to see what that double-ended cuticle pusher does for my foils. It just leaves them so smooth and so straight, and I can't get it straight another way. If you focus on the center of my nail where you can really see that it's smooth, not on the outside where the foil's kind of bending away from my nail, you can tell just how smooth it is. Also, once you rub it on for so long, it starts to lift up on the very tip of my nail. That's how I know that it's basically ready to be ripped off and it's ready to go. And when you're ripping off foils, make sure you go fast. Just because you don't want, if you go slow, it rips off your base polish, or it won't leave the foil transferred. And again, I'm just going over it with some foil glue this time on top of this foil so that we can put on our reverse stamp. I love to reverse stamp this way. I will not go back to putting top coat on when I reverse stamp at all. Then of course, be sure to go around your finger with some liquid latex when you reverse stamp, just to protect it. And here I am showing you that once that peel off base coat is dry, you can just go over it with your top coat. Today I'm using a matte top coat to go over top of it, and it just doesn't affect your foil at all. It's like a protective shield around your foil. I absolutely love it. And I can't remember, I did get this trick from another YouTuber about using the peel off base coat as a top coat for foils, but I can't remember who it was, so I'm so sorry. If you're watching this and you know you gave me that trick, let me know in the comments down below. Once your foil glue has dried, you can do your reverse stamping, and sometimes you can even get away with it when it's not completely dry. But here I am just putting on my flowers, and this one I just wanted all the flowers on the center of my nail. My pointer and my pinky are a little bit different, which you'll see at the end and in the photo at the end of this video. But then all you're going to do is take a cleanup brush and just clean up the edges that didn't make it. And here you just see that I'm just like dotting it on essentially. I find that rubbing it I don't like. If you just are able to break your reverse stamp from your actual nail design that's on your nail, then you're good to peel off your latex and you're set, and you can just do that. And then here I do make sure to go underneath my nail and kind of essentially marry it to my nail, is what I like to call this step. Then of course, once cleanup is complete, you're just going to peel off that latex. Here I'm going over the whole design with the Oont Peel Off Base Coat first. I haven't tested out whether or not putting that foil glue on top of my foil has protected it from top coat or not, and I didn't want to test it out in this video where I had it kind of perfect and how I wanted it. So first you're going to go over it with the Peel Off Base Coat, and then you're going to go ahead and once that is dry, go over it with your top coat that you have chosen. And here is your finished design. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on all my social media sites. I have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as don't forget to subscribe here and click that bell for notifications. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, be polished, wear polish, and a little superstition never hurt. We'll catch you guys later. Bye!